Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I wanted to give my opinion, for what it's worth, on the hearing, on the surveys. It went on for quite a long time, but it certainly provoked some strong reactions from Bill Thompson, didn't it? And I have to say, wow, I finally feel like Brian has the right defence team. Anne Taylor and her sidekick, I'm sorry, her name escapes me, were, I thought, fantastic in the way they presented themselves and the arguments they wanted to make. The witness, the doctor, who is the expert in doing these surveys, was very clear. I understood everything, which I think that's the first time that's happened. Couple of points I wanted to bring up was that one is Bill Thompson's anger. Why is he so angry and adamant that those questions should be changed? It's quite clear to me, and this is all my opinion, but it's quite clear to me why they have put in a couple of questions that are not facts, but they have been promoted as facts by mainstream media. Now, I did a full video months and months ago about the BS bias that mainstream media like Coffin Duffer, News Nation, Dateline have been pumping out to the public based on the PCA and speculations. Why is it Bill Thompson has never got angry about that? Isn't it interesting that they always quote from sources close to the investigation? And now, with this survey, I'm so pleased to see the defence team actually tackling this head on at what has been put out there. We haven't heard a word from Bill Thompson about the mainstream media bias. My opinion only, they've been feeding the media this stuff. Somebody has. And he's angry now because this is being talked about, it's been brought into the court, and without being safe in the knowledge that Latah County is biased, that upsets Thompson, doesn't it? Really upsets him, because his plan, again, my opinion only, to create this bias in the public may not work. In the closing summary by the defence, I actually got a bit tearful when she stood up and said how she believed in Brian's innocence and that he's sitting in a jail in a county where pretty much everyone believes he's guilty. How does that man stand a fair trial? He deserves a fair trial. And wasn't it interesting that this, he didn't stalk one of the victims. That is clearly false. Try telling Coffin Duffer that. Coffin Duffer, who has been spouting absolute BS from the start with this case. And that's been allowed to just go on and on when a man's life is on the line. From what we've seen so far, I find it very, very hard to believe Kohberger is guilty. But I will say that in the trial, if it comes out, this amazing piece of evidence where I think, okay, without doubt now, I can see he did it, I will be thoroughly relieved they have the right guy. But right now, I personally do not believe that the prosecution have that. Otherwise, we wouldn't be seeing an angry little man in the courtroom jumping up and down and being downright rude and aggressive over a simple survey. The prosecution are not allowing the defence to do their work without him having the say-so. Shocking to me. It's shocking, but it's clear. And to me, it is clear that Bill Thompson can see what he is up against and what he's going to have to face in this trial. And he is already throwing his toys out of the pram. It's going to be very, very interesting. Now, I might be wrong, but at the end of the hearing, the judge was I thought, talking as if he was going to allow a survey. Whether he's going to insist on some of the questions being changed or not, I don't know. But I want to bring this up. In the PCA, it states very clearly and uses the word stalked. It says that, you know, they need to find out if any of the victims were stalked. And there it is in front of you. You can see it there. Were any of the victims stalked, to see if Kohberger stalked the victims, and then goes on to describe 12 phone pings. That doesn't place him next to the house, it's just a tower that serves the King Road residents. So they put that word out into the public in a public document, and I was sad that the defence didn't bring that up. I don't know what's going to happen with these surveys. I'm hoping they can carry on because it is clear that there is bias. You just go to Court TV, you go to all these more mainstream YouTube channels, mainstream media, and the comment sections are full of people who have already made their minds up that he is guilty. Brian Entin himself put it out there that Kohberger reportedly said, was anyone else arrested? That has never been in any public document. It has never been public information. It came from Brian Entin's mouth. And the amount of people who use that, yeah, well, he asked if anyone else was arrested. How do you know that? It's pure speculation, like so much of this case where they're dragging up Tinder dates and, you know, just ridiculous things that what? Oh, he stole a phone. That what? Means he murdered 4 students? This is going to be very interesting, and I'm going to end on the fact that both of the defence lawyers passionately said they truly believe in Kohberger's innocence. One of them actually said that it was a privilege to defend him. That, to me, was incredibly interesting. Yeah, well, we've got some new dates. Watch the space. I wanted to give my 10 pence worth or 10 cents worth, as a lot of you are from the US. And those are my thoughts on that hearing. I have pinned now on my page, on my YouTube channel, the video I did showing mainstream media bias from the get-go. Just as a reminder, just to show the absolute scandalous, in my opinion, BS that has been fed out. And as a reminder that we've got little Thompson stamping his feet over a survey when all of this has been allowed to go on. If I were the defence, I would bring this up in the trial anyway, and I would show something similar to this video, showing all the non-factual stuff that's been put out there, the biased interpretations of the legal documents that has been fed to thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. We've all got to believe in a fair trial because we all want the right person to go down for this hideous crime, and we want those families to get justice for their children, and we do not want a 5th victim. It's the difference between the families after the trial finding peace that they've got the right guy, not sitting there thinking, right, someone has gone down for it. Because I guarantee if they smell a lot of rats and feel that something's wrong, that peace is not going to come. Take care, guys. I will see you soon, and hopefully alive, possibly at the weekend, and look after yourselves. Bye. But if I lay down and I play dead,